Hari Om. I think, so I am, is the base of Western philosophy. I am, so I think, is the base of Indian philosophy. There's two words, but it shows a lot of difference in these two kinds of philosophies. In Bharata, philosophy is not some speculation, some thought, some noble thought, some deep thinking. In Bharata, philosophy is darshanam. The word for philosophy in Bharata is darshanam. Darshayati iti darshanam. What is darshana? What is philosophy in India? Darshayati. Darshayati, that which shows. Kim darshayati? Margam darshayati. So Bharatiya darshana is marga darshakam, that which shows us the path. Marga. Marga, path for what? Laukikam paramarthikam cha jivanam sughena sadhayitum marga. The path for what? What path? Laukikam paramarthikam cha jivanam sughena sadhayitum margam. The path which helps us to fulfill a complete life here and hereafter. Laukikam, of this world. Paramarthikam, the absolute. So they say that there are two things in our life, which is, one is not vyavaharika, the other one is paramarthika. And darshana is that which shows us to have a complete life. So darshana is not just some, thinking, some thoughts or some arguments or some conclusions, some theories on some, no. This is a path. This is something which shows us the path. Now, how this philosophy shows us the path? Through Mimamsa. So, other word we hear in a philosophical class is Mimamsa. What is Mimamsa? The word meaning of Mimamsa is mantum icha. What is Mimamsa? Mantum icha. Desire to know. Mantum icha. The desire to know. That's it. Icha? Okay. So, through Mimamsa, darshanas try to show us the path. Now, in our Bharatiya darshana, there are three kinds of Mimamsas. One is known as Karma Mimamsa. What is Karma Mimamsa? Karma Mimamsa means that which shows the philosophy of Karma Kanda. Karma Kanda? What is Karma Kanda? We studied that on one of our Bhagavata class. We discussed Karma Kanda doesn't mean, doing worship of puja or anything. Karma Kanda means perform yaga, yajna, etc. Through that Karma Kanda, you gain lot of punya, and then with that punya, we go to Surga, stay there as much as possible. And when our punya kshaya happens, come back. Again work. So, Karma Mimamsa are of two in our Bharatiya Darshana. One is known as Jaiminiya Purva Mimamsa and Bharadwaja Karma Mimamsa Darshana. Mimamsa. 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 First is known as Karma Mimamsa. Karma Mimamsa of two, mainly there are two Mimamsas which are thinking about the Karma Kanda. Karma Kanda. Karma Kanda, the first portion of the Vedas, includes Samhita and Brahmana. Okay, so that is known as Karma Mimamsa. What are the Karma Mimamsas? Two Karma Mimamsas are there. One is known as Purva Mimamsa of Jaimini. And second is, what is the name of second Karma Mimamsa? Bharadwaja Karma Mimamsa Darshanam. Of Bharadwaja. Not Bharadwaja, Bharadwaja, okay? Bharadwaja means the son of Bharadwaja. So, Bharadwaja Rishi, a great Rishi, who is a Sampradaya Pravartaka, also a Gotra Pravartaka. Bharadwaja Gotra is a very, common Gotra in Bharata. So, Bharadwaja Rishi has written Karma Mimamsa Darshanam. So, both of them, Purva Mimamsa and Karma Mimamsa, explains the Karma Kanda of Vedas. Then comes the Jnana Mimamsa. Jnana Mimamsa, all of us are very familiar with the Jnana Mimamsa. Jnana Mimamsa means what? Mimamsa of Jnanam, which includes the Upanishad part of the Vedas. So this Jnana Mimamsa is also there in Bharata. Jnana Mimamsa is also of two, paths, or two great works are there in Jnana Mimamsa. One is very much familiar or very famous, known as Brahma Sutram. Who composed Brahma Sutram? Vedavyasa Rishis, Brahma Sutra. So, Brahma Sutra is Jnana Mimamsa. The sutras are known as Brahma Sutra. This Brahma Sutra is Jnana Mimamsa. Like that, Siddhanta Darshanam. Another path is also there. Siddhanta Darshanam. Actually, we do not know much about the Siddhanta Darshana. Only Siddhanta Darshana appears in many books. Okay, so Siddhanta Darshanam is believed to be by Vedavyasa. Brahma Sutra and Siddhanta Darshanam both are Jnana Mimamsa. Siddhanta Darshanam. What is the Darshana or what is the Siddhanta of Jnana Mimamsa? So, in Brahma Sutra what happens? Only Chatussutri, the first four sutras are directly, enumerating the different Vedantic concepts. Then all the different things it goes. But in Siddhanta Darshana it's believed that Vedavyasa has taken up all these, points of the Vedanta Shastra and explained. But that book is not available nowadays in full thing. Only here and there when Acharyas quote. They quote, and from quote only we know that such a book existed. So that is known as Siddhanta Darshana. This is also Jnana Mimamsa. Now from the Jnana Kanda, now comes the Upasana Kanda. So in Veda there are three Kandas: Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda and Upasana Kanda. In Upasana Kanda also there are great three works which explains the essence of Upasana. One is known as Madhya Mimamsa, adava Daivi Mimamsa. Madhya Mimamsa or Daivi Mimamsa. by Angiras. Angirasa. Angiras Rishi has composed a Mimamsa known as Madhya Mimamsa or Devi Mimamsa. Second is Bhakti Sutra by Chandilya. Chandilya Bhakti Sutrani. Third is Narada Bhakti Sutra. Madhya Mimamsa or Devi Mimamsa, Chandilya Bhakti Sutram, Narada Bhakti Sutram. Like these three sutras, these three works are talking about the Upasana Mimamsa. Only three things in the Veda: Karma, Upasana, Jnana. Karma Upasana by the Purva Mimamsa and Bharadwaja Mimamsa. Then Jnana by Bhagavan Veda Vyasa, Upasana Kanda by Madhya Mimamsa, Angiras Rishi. Now, this Madhya Mimamsa or Devi Mimamsa is a very technical text. Very technical, very logical, more than logical, it's a very technical text which, like the Brahma Sutra, which, goes into the deep aspects of the Upasana. And Madhya Mimamsa or Devi Mimamsa is more related to Vaidika Upasana than the now existing Upasana. Vaidika Upasana was very different. Aranyakas and the Naranyaka Upasana, Madhuvidya, very different. Now comes Chandilya Bhakti Sutra. This book is available. It's believed that our Param Guru, Pujya Tapovan Maharaj, has actually done some work on this Chandilya Bhakti Sutra, but not available. And then comes Narada Bhakti Sutra. Now, Chandilya Bhakti Sutra is Kadhinam. Have you seen this book? It's available. Chandilya Bhakti Sutra is available, but Kadhinam. It's little tough. That the way of expression, the essence of expression is very tough. So, then comes the third one, Narada Bhakti Sutra. Okay, so Jnana, what is the word? Darshanam. Darshana is based on Mimamsa. Mimamsa are of three kinds: Karma Mimamsa, Jnana Mimamsa, and Upasana Mimamsa. In Upasana Mimamsa also there are three paths. Which one is Madhya Mimamsa or Devi Mimamsa, Bhakti Darshana of Chandilya, and Narada Bhakti Sutra. So today we will start Narada Bhakti Sutra. When it will end, Bhagavan only knows. So we will start. Anyhow, good things should be started. Then other things are in Bhagavan's hand. Okay. So today we start. We are about to start. We are going to start the Narada Bhakti Sutra. So we should know. Okay. We should not. Sometimes people feel that this Bhakti Darshanas etc. is out of Darshanas etc. No. This is also part of Darshanam. Okay. So Darshana, Mimamsa, three kinds of Mimamsas, Upasana Mimamsa, three kinds of Upasana Mimamsa, and that our Narada Bhakti Sutra. Now comes this word, Narada Bhakti Sutra. Narada, one word, Bhakti, another word, Sutra. Narada Bhakti Sutra. Okay. I can speak from this only, no? Is it clear? Is it clear when I speak? So, what is the meaning of Narada? Narada means what? You have studied, in Bhagavata class. There are different meanings for Narada. First meaning is Naram, Adhyatma Vishayakam Jnanam. Naram means Adhyatma Vishayakam Jnanam. Paramatma Vishayakam Jnanam. Naram means Naram Dadati iti Narada. Who is Narada? Naram Dadati. The one who gives us Narada. Narada. We studied, no? Like Jaladaha. What is the meaning of Jaladaha? Jalam Dadati. Like that, Narada means Naram Paramatma Vishayakam Jnanam Adhyatma Vishayakam Jnanam Dadati iti Narada. So, who is Narada? Narada is that Guru who gives us the supreme knowledge of the self. So that is the one meaning of Narada. Next meaning of Narada is, Naram also means Jalam, water. So, Narada means the one who gives us water. What do you mean by that? Naram means Jiva Jalam, Bhaktim. The one who gives us the water of the life, or that the water which gives us life, that water which quenches our thirst. What is that Jiva Jala? That is Bhakti. So who is Narada? Bhakti Rupam Jalam Dadati iti Narada. Who is Narada? Narada is the one who gives us the waters. What kind of waters? The waters which is of the nature of Bhakti. So, Bhakti Rupam Jalam Dadati iti. Now there is a third meaning. That is, Naram Ahankaradi Bharitam Narasamuham Dyati Khantayati iti Narada. Who is Narada? Narada means, this is the famous meaning. Narada means the one who makes quarrel, one who put, Dyati means Khantayati. But Narada never do the Khantana of people, good people. Why Narada makes all the Kalaha? Kalaha Priyo Narada, they say. Why Kalaha? Where Kalaha? If you read the Purana, we'll understand that Ahankaradi Bhaditam Narasamuham. He never makes any quarrel between good people. When our mind is filled with Dhana, Jana, Yauvana, Garuvam. Ma Kuru, Dhana, Jana, Yauvana, Garuvam. When our heart is filled with, Dhana, Jana, Garuvam. So when Bhagavan wanted to bless them by removing that Garuva. So, Naram means Ahankaradi Bhaditam Narasamuham Khantayati. The one who breaks, the one who destroys the ego, etc. from the mind of people. Whatever he is doing is for that only. And you will see that if you read the Purana, wherever Bhagavan Narada interfered, those people became blessed afterwards. So, that is Narada. We have already heard the story of Narada. Remember? Just 2-3 days back only. So, Narada was actually in the last day of Brahmaji. Narada was a Gandharva. His name was Upabarhana. We should have a kiss. Then only we'll have. Upabarhana Narada. Upabarhana was a Gandharva, but then he also became, intoxicated with Dhana, Jana, Yauvana, Garva. So he was cursed by the Prajapatis, so that he was born as a Dasiputra. But when he was reborn as Dasiputra because of his, qualities of the previous birth, he was a very calm, quiet child. And when he was just 5 years old, he had the, Saubhagya of Satsanga. Those rishis came there for Chaturmasya, they blessed him, gave him Mantra Diksha, everything. And when they left, after some time, his mother also passed away. So he went to the forest and did tapas. And as a small child itself, he had the darshan of Bhagavan. Then he always wanted to have Bhagavan darshan, but because of Papa, he could not have that. But he always remembered Bhagavan and lived that life. And at the end, he reached Vaikuntha. He became a sevaka of Bhagavan and stayed in Vaikuntha. And when that day ended, the Jiva entered into Brahmaji. And today, of Brahma, of this Kalpa, he manifested himself as the Putra, Manasa Putra, Prana, from his Prana of Brahmaji, along with Marichya, the Marichya Rishis, Sri Narada reappeared. He reappeared, he studied. Now, Brahmaji himself taught him Aparavidya, Jyotish, all this, Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakarana, Chanda, Nirukta, Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda, everything. But all those he learned, but he was not satisfied. Mantra videvahamasmi. I only know mantra. I have no knowledge of Atma. No, Atma Vida. I have heard that if you realize Atman, your all fears will go away. But still I have fear in my heart. Oh Bhagavan, he went to his elder brothers and said, Shokasya param taraya. Oh my dear Gurus, please take me beyond this samsara, beyond the dukkha. And they blessed him with the Bhuma Vidya. That also we listened last class. Bhuma Vidya was given to them. The 7th chapter of Chandogya Upanishad. Whenever you get some time, please read that. There, what is Bhuma? Yadalpam, Nalpe Sukhamasti, Bhuma Vai Sukham. That's beautifully, this entire Atma Tattva was given to Narada. So, Shravana happened. But Shravana is not enough. He went and meditated for 100 years in Himalaya. He meditated in 100 years, and when 100 years were over, tato varshasate purne Bhagavan loka bhavanah praduschakara vishwatma rishe paramasauhrudad. Because of that great love, with great love, Bhagavan, Narada worshipped Bhagavan, and Bhagavan appeared in his heart as his self. And whatever he learned from his gurus, it became his direct experience. Now, he studied Aparavidya, he learned Paravidya, and that Paravidya became his Anubhuti. Now he has done what is to be done in life. He went back to his father. And Father Brahmaji gave him Bhagavata Upadesha. Bhagavata Sara, not the entire Bhagavata, but Bhagavata Sara was given to him. And he said, Idam Bhagavatam Nama Yenme Bhagavato Didam Sangahoyam Vibhuti Nam Tvamedat Vipuli Kuru. Sangraha, what I gave you is an essence of the Bhagavata. From where you got this? I got this Bhagavata from Bhagavan. So Bhagavan gave me the Bhagavata, Brahmaji is telling to Narada. So that Bhagavata, the essence of Bhagavata, now I gave to you. Now what you should do? Now you have a duty. What is that? Vipuli Kudu. Whatever is given to you in essence, now you have to expand this. What? Bhagavata. So, the Bhagavata Shastra, the Shastra of Bhagavan is to be expanded by you. This is your duty. Not only just expand and sit a place, go on and on. And then, Yadaharo Bhagavati Nranam Bhaktir Bhavishyati Sarvatmanyagiladhare Iti Sanchindya Nischitya Varnaya. Go to each and every place and then see how people are. If those people want karma, tell them that if you want to fulfill your karma, worship Hari. Some other people want some kind of artha, things. Oh, you want artha, wealth? Please worship Hari. Some people want, some jnanam. You want some knowledge? Worship Hari. Some people actually want Bhagavan only. Worship Hari. So, there's only one, whether you want, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, what you to do? Bhagavaneva bhajaniyaha sarvatmani aghiladhare yadha nranam bhakti bhavishyati. You should go, you are the missionary, the first missionary, go to each and every world. Find people, give them this knowledge and help them to develop bhakti for Bhagavan. This is your life mission. He did this. Once he saw that very young boys, they were all 10,000 of them. They were all sitting in a tirtha and doing tapas. Who are you? Oh, we are all Hajyeshwaha. Oh, we are the sons of Daksha Prajapati. Very good. Why are you? What are you doing? We are doing tapas. Why? Because our father said that now you have to do tapas and get lot of virya so that you can create so many people in this world. I said, what a foolish thing you are doing. In order to, you are doing tapas for alpa. If you are doing tapas, do that tapas for the greatest in the world. Not to gain these small things. And he gave them upadesha and all of them became sannyasis. 10,000 sannyasis. They all left the world. They meditated upon Bhagavan and then became Mukta Purusha. Daksha Prajapati came to know this. What is this? Huh? Okay. He again created 10,000 more. They are known as Shabalashwaha. They also went for tapas. There also Narada came and all those Shabalashwas also became sannyasis. Daksha became very angry, cursed him. You are able to give all this upadesha because you are able to stay in a place. No, from this day onwards, you will not be able to stay in a place for a long time. Cursed. He became very happy. Now I can go anywhere, say everywhere I can just roam around. Instead of staying in one place, now I can travel all this universe and then, I can do the Harikatha Prajara. He became very happy. Now, and we'll see in Bhagavad also, he met a small boy, grandson of the Manu, very angry walking, 5 years old. Like him, just, where are you going? I'm going to do tapas. Think about a small boy. Oh, what? Oh, so that I can sit on my mother said that if I want to sit in my father's lap, then I should be born as her son. I want to say, my dear, you are such a small child, small baby. See, father and mother say so many things like that. Don't take it all for, serious. Go back, play with your toys. Said, oh Brahmana, you may do all those things. I am a Kshatriya. If I keep a food friend, I shall not return. This is my word. 5-year-old cute boy is telling this. Narada understood this is Uttamadhika. He himself took that child to the Madhuvana. What he will know, small child, that thing he know. But so much of love was created in the heart of Narada. Narada took him to Madhuvana and made a small kudiya for the Shishya and then gave him the Vadashakshari Mantropadesha and did everything for that child. Within 6 months, Bhagavan came and stood in front of the child and he did not open his eyes. That was the Dhruva. That's a Shishya. That Dhruva was able to, Yat Kripato Dhruvoyam. Because of whose Kripa, Dhruva became Dhruva. And Prahlada, we know. Prahlada's story also, Prahlada is the embodiment of bhakti. He created all these Bhakti Shastras, but there was not even one person who was perfect. So he wanted to make a perfect example for Bhakti. And that's why when Kayadhu was dragged by Indra, he took her and then kept her in Mukti. He actually had a curse that he cannot stay in a place. But he stayed for a long time to protect Kayadhu. That means all tapasya, all that shapa, etc. will not affect them when they want. So he, gave all this Bhakti Upadesha to Kayadhu, but Kayadhu was thinking about her husband. Then he will come to staying in this ashram. Oh, no food, no salt, no nothing. But the child was. So the Prahlada became Prahlada because of Narada. Now there was a, thief, and his name was Ratnakara. Ratnakara became Sakshat Adi Kavi, Valmiki. Because of whom? Because of Narada. He is the one who gave him Ramopadesha, Mantropadesha, and also after that when he became a Rishi, he came and then gave him the essence of Ramayana, and hearing that, the Rishi made the entire Ramayana. So, Valmiki is actually his Sishya. Now we heard last time in Bhagavatam also, Vyasa was sitting without any happiness because that fulfillment was not there. He came. Who came? Narada came and then gave him Upadesha, because of whom he wrote Bhagavatam. So, if you see anywhere, without Narada, our Bharatiya Purana or Bharatiya Itihasa or even Vedas are incomplete. I was telling you before also, in the Rigveda etc., there are many mandalas seen by Narada Rishi. Narada is the Rishi. Narada is actually the Vaidika Rishi also. Anyhow, such a person is Narada. So, what are the, works of Narada? The Narada's works starts from Veda. As I was telling, there are many mandalas in Rigveda which are seen by Bhagavan Narada. So, Narada is a Rigvediya Rishi. And also there are Upanishads which are, related to Narada. Like Narada Parivrajaka Upanishad. Very famous Upanishad. Narada Parivrajaka Upanishad. So, this Upanishad is mainly talking about sannyasa. What is sannyasa, how we should do sannyasa, all that thing. So, Narada Parivrajaka Upanishad is also Narada. And then there is one Puranam known as Naradiya Puranam. This Narada is not a small person. Narada is there in Veda, Narada is there in Upanishad, there is one Purana where Narada is the main character, known as Naradiya Puranam. And then there is also, we heard, when we are talking about Narada, we heard about Pancharatram. Narada Pancharatram, which is a Tantrika text, where Narada is explaining the practical aspects of spirituality. Even how to build a temple, how to do the prana pradishta, how to do, worship Bhagavan every day, how to worship the utsavas, what are the sadhanas we should do as a member, as a vyakti, and as a samuha. Very detailed varnanas are there in the book Narada Pancharatram. Narada Pancharatram is a tantric text. Tantric, please don't think black magic, I have already explained. The practical handbook is known as Tantra. Now, there is a Smriti, Narada Smriti, 18 Smritis are there. We only hear about Manusmriti, but there are 18 Smritis. And one of the Smriti is Narada Smriti. What is Smriti? Law books. Smriti means what? Law books. How to live, how to... the law book is known as Smriti. So, Narada Smriti is there. And then, Naradiya Shiksha is there. To chant Veda, how to chant Veda? Shiksha means Ucharana Shastram. So, Naradiya Shiksha. How to chant Vedas in the proper manner. It's also there. And Naradi, there is a beautiful book known as Sangeeta Makarandam. Have you heard this book? Sangeeta Makarandam. It's believed that Narada appeared in front of Tyagaraja as a Brahmana and gifted him this book. He said, there was some, covered, some grantha was there in this Brahmana's hand. He gave this to Sakshal Tyagaraja Swami, and then he said, I am going to take bath. If I don't come, you open this. What? Yes, I am going to take bath, and then if I am not returning, please open this book. And the Brahmana never came back, and then he got actually worried. Who? Tyagaraja Swami. What is happening? Oh, something happened to him, whether he has, drowned in the water or anything. But then he had the darsana of one. Narada said that the Brahmana was myself. You open the book. And he opened the book and he saw that is known as Sangeeta Makaranda, composed by Sri Narada himself. Say, high classic, about the classical music and then raga, tala, pallavi, all this, which was almost lost, came back through the Sangeeta Makaranda, and then of course Sri Tyagaraja Swami enlivened the classical music of India. So that's why Narada is still there. Sangeeta Makaranda. See how, in which areas, there is no area of Shastra which he has not contributed. Then comes the most famous book known as Narada Bhakti Sutra. So we saw that Narada Bhakti Sutra is the Mimamsa of Upasana. Okay, so Narada, the word Narada got cleared. Now what is the next word? Next word is Bhakti. Of course, Swamiji, we know what Bhakti. What is Bhakti? Bhakti means devotion. Says, what is Bhakti? So, we learned something about Narada. Now, next word is Bhakti. The word Bhakti originates in three ways. The word Pada, Bhakti, comes from three levels. One is Bhagat Bhakti. Bhajanat Adhava Sevayam Bhakti. Third, Bhanjanat Bhakti. The word Bhakti is coiled or formed from three levels. One is known as Bhagat. What do you mean by Bhagaha? Bhagaha. Here Bhaga means party. Party means I am with Congress party, or I am with Communist party. So Bhagaha, I belong to. So when I say that I am in Congress party means what? I believe the ideals of Congress party or Communist party or BJP or something. So, see, I belong to. So what is Bhakti? The most important thing in Bhakti is belongingness. We start to feel that I belong to Bhagavan. That's why we have different Bhakti. We have Prema Bhakti. We have Vatsalya Bhakti. We have Sakhyam. We have Sakhya Bhakti. We have Dasa Bhakti. We have Shanta Bhakti. Different Bhaktis are there. This is based on the Bhagat. Bhagat means we feel that I belong to God. Most important thing in Bhakti is that belongingness. I belong to Bhagavan. In Dasya Bhakti, I feel that I am the servant and Bhagavan is my master. In Vatsalya Bhakti, I feel that I am the mother or I am the father and Bhagavan is my child. In Sakhya, he is my dear friend. Okay? Then in the Madhura Bhakti, he is my beloved. So there is a bhaga. I belong to him. No, he is mine. I am his. So that is bhakti. So bhagat bhakti. So when I feel that I belong to Bhagavan, then what do? Seva. Now, how the love manifests? The love manifests through seva. We want to do something. If you love a person, you always think, how can I serve that person? That thought comes. So like that, when I feel that I belongs to Bhagavan, then bhajanat bhaktihi. Bhakti is not doing something because somebody tells, do japa or do puja, otherwise something. No, it comes from inside. I want to do something for Bhagavan. No, sevayam. I want to serve the Lord. How to serve? Shravanam kirtanam vishnoho smaranam padasevanam chanam vandanam dasyam sakhyam atma nivedanam. So how to serve? Serving is not only cooking food or taking care of Bhagavan or doing puja. These are all good. But Shravanam, I love to hear about him. Kirtanam, I want to sing. Smaranam, I want to remember Bhagavan. Now, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, I want to worship him. Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam, total surrender to Bhagavan. So that is Bhajanat Sevayam. Then comes Bhanjanat Bhakti. Bhanjan means to destroy. Bhakti destroys, yes. So, be careful, okay. Before entering into this path, careful, be is warning. What is that? The moment we enter into this path of bhakti, we lose interest for everything else. Once our heart is filled with the parabhakti, then what happened? All kinds of samsara, samsara bandha or bandhana or raga, dvesha, everything is destroyed. The samsara is destroyed. And bhakti has this power to destroy, to eliminate all kinds of negativities or jiva bhavana from our heart. So bhanjanat, which destroys, that which eliminates. What is eliminates? Avidya. The avidya or asmita or raga, dvesha, abhiniveshaha, all these things, all the negativities, in essence, jiva buddhi, that I am a jiva, itself is eliminated in the parabhakti. Only difference is, in a bhakta's heart, he and he alone is there. I am not there. In the path of Jnana, I alone is there. Is that true? No. But in bhakti, what happens is, the entire Shraddha is on Bhagavan, tatpada pradhanyam. And Jnana is tvam-pada pradhanyam. But at the end, both are same. So that's why it's known as bhakti. Now this bhakti can be classified into different parts. So what is bhakti? What is the meaning of this word bhakti? We have seen bhakti can be seen from different levels. One is known as parabhakti. Another is known as aparabhakti. We'll start from Apara Bhakti. Apara Bhakti means, which is not the highest. Apara Bhakti is of two kinds. One is Gauna Bhakti, another is Mukhya Bhakti. Apara Bhakti of two kinds. One is Gaunam, another is Mukhya. So, Gauna Bhakti and Mukhya Bhakti are known as Apara Bhakti. Now, what is this Gauna Bhakti means? Gauna Bhakti means preparatory period. And Mukhya Bhakti is, so Gauna Bhakti is preparatory. Preparatory, what do you mean by that? Every day getting up, thinking about Bhagavan, we go to the temple and worship Bhagavan. Every day we do, we do the puja, we do japa. Actually, nothing happens. Nothing happens in this. There is no bhaga also is not there. There is no bhanjana also is not there. No seva also there. But we make it a point that we do all these things. Because that is known as Gauna. That's the beginning. So when every day we do japa, we do sadhana, although this kind of feeling, what Narada Bhakti Sutra etc. telling, that kind of oneness or feeling for Bhagavan is not there, still we practice. We go to the temple, we do japa, we do puja, everything. That is known as Gauna Bhakti. It's a preparatory period. Without the preparatory period, it is not possible to have the parabhakti. Many people say, nowadays especially, what is the point of going to temple? God is everywhere, God is in me, God is, these are all just talk. Okay, so it is very, very important in our life that we actually practice the Gauna Bhakti. Even though we don't feel much, even though that kind of fulfillment is not coming by japa, but we should do japa. We are not feeling connected with Bhagavan. Again, still we should do puja. Why? Because without Gauna Bhakti, it is very, very difficult to develop the real bhakti. Yes, what you are telling is, hey, sure, right. No, because you have all this Gauna Bhakti, but this all are you showing, but nothing is, yes, but by that doing that, practicing that, maybe with janmantara Gauna Bhakti anushthanena, Mukhya Bhakti comes. What is Mukhya Bhakti? Mukhya Bhakti is when you are really doing Abhisheka to Bhagavan, you check the water. Is it very cold? Before, we don't even think, because Abhisheka has to be done, we do Abhisheka. But so in the very, in the winter also, we use so much of, cold water for Bhagavan. For Shiva it's okay, but, but then you feel, we feel that whatever I am doing to Bhagavan. Not that Bhagavan has appeared or anything, but a kind of feeling, a kind of connection, a kind of love, a kind of, a kind of togetherness that starts to appear. So no more we are going to temple, no more just to have many people nowadays, they go for temple. Why? So that it is a good exercise, Why are you going to temple? Have good exercise. But at least good. Not going to a park and then all this. You see, it's better to go there, but that is Gauna. But then, when you start to feel that, when you go to the temple, you are actually seeing Bhagavan. You feel that you are no more seeing a idol or anything. You see, you feel very happy. And when you are cooking something, you want to cook the best things. You are offering some fruits. Generally, how you offer? But then you want to, peel off the skin and then you want to cut it. Because, see, if somebody gave us like that, how will he eat? And this small baby, how can he eat with all this? So, we start to make it. See, this is known as Mukhya Bhakti. We start to really feel that Bhagavan is there. We have not experienced him, but we feel that he is there. Whatever anusthana I am doing is really, connected with that. That is known as Mukhya Bhakti. When Sri Ramakrishna says that Mukhya Bhakti is like before the sunrise, if you see the eastern skies, you will see a kind of red color, known as Aruna Udayam. Sun is not come, but like we know that Arunodaya happened. No, the sun is going to appear shortly. Like that, when Mukhya Bhakti, when we start to, when you hear Bhagavan's stories, your eyes are filled with tears. When you hear or when you see Bhagavan, you have the romanja, the Bhagavan's vigraha, etc. also. Whatever we are doing, little bit of our upasanas, we feel actually, not as a job or a work or just a thing, we start to feel. That is known as Mukhya Bhakti. When these two happen, Gauna Bhakti and then Mukhya Bhakti, then comes the parabhakti. Parabhakti is what is parabhakti? Transcendental. We cannot actually say what is parabhakti. So parabhakti is of two kinds. One is subjective and objective. Subjective and objective. Subjective means what? Vayaktika parabhakti. What is Vayaktika parabhakti? We do not know. No, what is this parabhakti actually happens when parabhakti comes to us, how we feel. We'll study in Narada Bhakti Sutra, Anirvachaniya Rupa. What is this parabhakti? What is the supreme transcendental devotion you are talking about? Only Mukhaswadavate. This like, somebody gave you a very tasty kheer, payasam, and you have that. And then somebody asks you, oh, I heard that you got a very nice payasam today. How was it? Explain. Oh, it was madhuram. Madhuram like what? See, we can't even say the taste of payasa. To talk about the taste of Paramatma, Ananda Swarupa. So, as subjective, it is Anirvachani. As objective, it is Bhakta Lakshana. So, what is Parabhakti? As objective, it is Bhakta Lakshana. We cannot actually explain what the bhakti is in subjective manner, but then how we'll know what is parabhakti? Then they say, there is bhakta lakshanas are given. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahangaraha samadukha sukhakshami. We'll study in the 12th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, Amrutastakam. It is known as Amrutashtaka by Naneshwar Maharaj. Called that the Amrutashtaka, the 8 verses of Amrita. Adveshta Sarvabhutanam starts from the 12th chapter. 8 verses are there. It is the Bhakta Lakshana. That Bhakta Lakshana is the objective face of parabhakti. Subjectively, we will not be able to. If you ask a Bhakta, a Parabhakta, what is it? They say, Paramaprema. Now, what is this Paramaprema? So, that is, we'll discuss, because the entire book is on this Parabhakti. So, that is known as the Narada Bhakti. More things, we'll learn when. Next comes the word Sutra. This is okay. Bhakti, Parabhakti, Aparabhakti. Aparabhakti is Gauna and Mukhya. Parabhakti as subjective is Anirvajaniyam, as objective is Bhakti Lakshana. Now comes the last word, Sutram. Our Bharatiya tradition, all the Jnana starts from Sutra. Whether it is karma, whether it is Jnana, whether it is bhakti, whether it is yoga, whether it is Sankhya, whether it any Shastra, it all starts from Sutram. So there is Yoga Sutra. No, there are Vyakarana Sutra. We studied some sutras. Remember any sutra? Vyakarana Sutra? Ego Yanachi, Akasavarni Dirgaha. So these are all Maheshwara Sutras. Okay, so these are all Sutra. What is Sutram? This is the definition of Sutra. Please repeat. Alpaksharamasandhigdham Saravat Vishwato Mugham Astobhamanavadyancha Sutram Sutravido Viduhu. Together. Alpaksharamasandhigdham Saravat Vishwato Mugham Astobhamanavadyancha Sutram Sutravido Viduhu. Sutravidaha Viduhu. Sutravid knows. What? Sutra. Sutravid, those people who knows Sutra as what? Alpaksharam. One important feature of Sutra literature is Alpa Aksharam. Minimum letters possible. Minimum letters possible. They will not be, writing like slokas, one after another, pada, cha, vai, hu, tu, hi, nothing. Alpa Aksharam. Whatever letters are needed, minimum. Asandigdham. But letters are less, but there should not be any sandigdhada. What is sandigdhada? Doubt. So, asandigdha means without doubt. So, the Sutra Sahitya, although it is Alpakshara, it should be without doubts. Asandigdham. Saravat. The Sutra literature should be Saravat. What is Saravat? Essence. Only essence. But, Vishwato Mukham. The moment you start to, explain it, all the aspects which are related to that subject should be contained there. Minimum letters, essence. But just this, when the moment you start to decode the sutra, so much of information is saved. So, Vishwato Mukham. Then, Astobham. Astobham means Stobharahitam. Means, in any condition, it will not be damaged. Damaged means, it will always stand its point in any condition. And Anavadyam. Anavadyam, that cannot be defeated. A sutra that will have such a strength in that nobody will be able to defeat or to argue against it. So, these are the qualities of Sutram. So, we are going to learn Narada Bhakti Sutra. Okay, all of you got this book, this paper? Yes. You have Gurudev's book also? Yes. Now, what I have done is, whenever I teach, this Narada Bhakti Sutra, it's not like the other sutra books. Okay, so in order to teach, in order to understand, in order to understand it better, I rearrange the sutras. Whenever classes are there, little bit rearrangement is done. So that's why you see here, you can see different topics. On different topics, Narada Bhakti Sutras in different place, those topics are done. So we have taken all that into one place. So you see Bhakti Swarupam, parabhakti. The nature of bhakti, parabhakti. So see, when you see that bracket, there is 1, 2, etc. That means the number of the sutra. So whenever when you want to read about that sutra, take Gurudev's book and then go to that number 1, 2, 3, then 51, 52, 53. So if you take the 51st sutra, this will be the sutra. So it's easy for us to that's why. So we have rearranged the Narada Bhakti Sutra in topic wise. So we start with Bhakti Swarupam, parabhakti. Then Bhakti Lakshanani. Different acharyas gives Lakshana. Lakshana, characteristics, or Lakshana means the definitions. So Lakshana also means definitions of Bhakti. Then Udaharanani. Udaharana, examples. So whenever you say Lakshanam, then it should be proven by examples. So Udaharana. Then Gauna Bhakti. We heard Parabhakti and the Gauna Bhakti Swarupa. Then Bhakti Mahatmya, the greatness of Bhakti. Bhakti Mahatmya. Then comes the important thing, sadhana. What are the sadhanas we should practice in the field of Bhakti? So that is sadhanani. Then sadhana, after sadhanaha, then comes the satsangaha as part of, actually is a part of sadhana only, satsangaha and dussangaha. The importance of good company and the dangers of bad company. Then, actually it's a continuation of the sadhana only. Next one also, maya jaya upayaha. How can we conquer the maya? Next is a very important topic for all of us who are walking and studying Vedanta, etc. Jnana and Bhakti. Is Jnana and Bhakti related, or are they arch enemies? Many people think, no, I am a Bhakta, or I am a Jnana. No. So what is the relationship between Jnana and Bhakti? Then Bhakta Mahatmyam. Not only Bhakti Mahatmyam, the Bhakta Mahatmyam, the greatness of Bhaktas. Then Phalam. So in Shastra, Phalashruti will be there. So when we take up this Shastra as the Narada Bhakti Sutra or Bhakti, what is the Bhalam? What is the result we will gain from the practice of Bhakti? And then Upasana, how it is concluded. So altogether 84 sutras are there. We'll see how much we can. We have a very limited time. So anyhow, how much ever we will be able to cover, that we will cover. Okay. Anyhow, you have book, etc. So this is the Narada Bhakti Sutra. Tomorrow we'll start. What is Narada? What is the content of Narada Bhakti Sutra? But we have covered so many things so that when we start the class, it becomes much easier.